All right, hey guys. I am wanting to talk to you about prospecting from and leading with your why rather than just, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? Okay. So most people they don't care about what. Like if I can tell someone, look, all right, I can help you lose 20 pounds. Like that's more important than do you want to join my group? Like they're more invested in the why you want to do something than they are of what. Like, right, you see people going for quick fixes all the time and they're just they want a solution to the problem and they don't care what the solution is. They just want any solution, right? And so the way that I've been learning from this training that I'm in, or this like academy, is focusing on your why. So you have conversations with people, and in that conversation you say, hey, you either ask directly, hey, I'm looking to kind of expand and help other people. Would you be willing to listen to me tell you why I started my health and fitness business? And if it resonated with you, we could chat about it. Or if you know anyone, we could chat about it. Or you can do it indirect, like, hey, I know you're not interested in this at all. Would you mind helping me out and just listening to my why and seeing if you know anyone, right? So it's kind of that way. So you're starting with the conversation, you ask for their assistance in this. If I share my why, will you, listen or whatever? So in that, you're sharing with your why. It has to do with you can do this, you need to do this both with your business, but with also your challenge groups. And so I had already done this with my business a while ago. It was about traveling, but I never did it with my fitness. And so I sat down and worked on this a little bit today. And you have to lead with, so you say to this person, hey, will you listen to why I started in my health and fitness business and see if it resonates? So they say, sure, I'll listen. Then you send them a minute to a 90-second clip, either on video or audio message, not written in text. And you have this formula, and I put the formula in our team page, so it's there, but you first talk about what you lacked. The second is a specific example with as much detail as you can remember. The next one is so I looked for something new, that's your transition that bridges the gap into your solution that you have or that you found, and then now what you're doing to help other people.
Okay.
So what that looks like is, before I got started on, with my health and fitness, I lacked any balance in nutrition. I didn't know what healthy looked like for me. I had an okay relationship with exercise, but I really just did it to negate all of the calories. I remember explicitly one day going to the gym, working out for 30 minutes on an elliptical. I felt fine, felt great, came home, and I freaking binged a half a bag of potato chips. And I was like, this is terrible. This is this is not healthy. And I was really frustrated. So then I started looking for something that could help me figure out a better way to be healthy and to figure out this nutrition. And I found a program that helps me exercise more regularly at home and is super convenient, and that it taught me about portions as well as how to keep my nutrition balanced so I'm not cutting out crazy food groups. Now it's been such a game changer for me because I have that balance. I want to help others find that same balance in their life and what it looks like for them. Obviously, I have not honed that because that's way longer than like a minute or 90 seconds, but that's a version of, that's my why, how I got started, what the problem was. And people are going to connect with that. Like when I explain how I was frustrated and how I would binge a whole bag of chips and how I changed, there's an emotional connection that then people are going to be more interested in because they're going to resonate with that. Where if you're just like, hey, I'm doing a 20-minute challenge group, do you want to join? There is no emotional connection. It's an immediate brush off. Where people like this works, this method of having this conversation works with people who have said no to you in the past, because you can go back to them and say, I know you're not interested. You've already told me this is not for you. Would you mind helping me out anyways? And just listening and seeing if you know of anyone. Right? You're asking them for a quick favor. It's super easy. So this is a way to
respond back. Sure, I'll listen, even though they're not interested.
Yeah. Honestly, so I did this when I did this in November, in November, December. I did this with my business, and I went back to people who'd watched my stories who I've invited before who've said no. And I've had several of them were like, sure, yeah, I'll listen. Wow. Now, it doesn't necessarily go there. So ideally what you want is then from this is his method. So you give them this video. I'm going to sneeze, I think.
I can tell. Bless you. I'm not going to.
No, not anymore. So then from this, you come back, and this is where it's really, I really have to start doing this better. So as he comes back and you do this why, and then they're like, yeah, I connect you with blah, 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 blah. And then you send, okay, great. Would you have time to watch a quick video about, more specifically about this program, or about what I do, or not what I do, but like about my challenge group? Then you send them a video or a PDF or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then they watch it. And then they watch it, and then you talk about it. And then from there, what he wants to do, which I don't necessarily know how to do, because Ashley would never do this. Well, whatever. But the idea from there is, like, if they're still interested after they watch the video, you do like a 3-way call or a 3-way chat with your upline.
Mm-hmm.
But I could make Jill do this with me, but it's because what it does is you're showing people that I'm not an expert in, right? I kind of talked about this before. So I'm not an expert. I don't have all the answers, but Jill will come in here and Jill will help me. And Jill can answer some of these questions. So it's like a 3-way, something super simple. So that kind of makes more sense for like inviting to the business than necessarily challenge groups, but it's still worth like getting people out. Because what essentially we're doing, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if we're all pushing the diamond, like, this is a great tool for getting more coaches. That's kind of what
we should 100,000 million% be doing this for coaching. I'm still trying to tweak and figure it out how to do it for the challenge groups, because I think the why part of the challenge group makes sense, but I'm not sure about, like, if they're like, yeah, they resonated with it, then you want to give them a tool that explains more.
Yeah.
Maybe we could, I don't know.
Okay, we can brainstorm on that.
Yeah, but absolutely 100 million, 1,000% for coaching, we should be doing this, because there's a coaching video. Like, I have the tools, I have the steps that we can be following, and I am more than willing to go jump in these 3-way chats with people and start doing it this way. Because again, the way we do this is that you're showing people they don't have to be an expert, and all you're doing is showing them that then you're going to show them that I'm going to teach you how to do this. So you're going to say, okay, come up with your why. The first step is let's say you're going to mentor whatever the next coach is going to be. You're going to mentor them, have them come up with their why. And then from there, you're going to say, okay, you're going to go out, you're going to start conversations with people, and then you're going to ask them this question, which is, hey, I know you're not interested in doing what I do, and then whatever that question is, however it's written out. And then if they come back and they say yes, you're going to send them this video of you saying whatever we just wrote out. And then if they're still interested after that, then you're going to send them this video. If they're still interested after that, then you're going to get up a 3-way chat. You're going to add them to a 3-way chat with me. So it's an outlined prospecting, like outline inviting step. This is how you invite, start to finish. Because that's what I feel like is lacking a little bit. Well, I know I feel like I'm lacking with, and I feel like there's not a great system right now for duplication, and I think this would help.
Totally. Like, even in my business at like my other job, I always create like templates and things so I don't have to recreate the wheel all the time. And I always make it like tweaked for the situation and like make it feel genuine at the time. But this feels like a tool that I can use every time without like freaking out, like, okay, I'm not really sure what to say. And it's like methodical. So I feel like it's something that I can grasp onto. I'm thinking of someone I want to ask right now who I think would be great on my team and would be probably interested in like hearing my why. So I feel like I can try this out once I write it down.
Yes. So like what I did is I was like, hey, so like for like all of my Instagram followers, granted you don't have as many as I do, like story followers, thanks for being a supporter of mine and always checking out my crazy life on my stories. I know you're super busy, but would you be open to listening quick about why I'm passionate about health and wellness? I know it's not for you, and that's okay. I just thought by sharing, you might know someone who might benefit. Would you be willing? It'd be a huge help. That's what I've literally been sending to people who are watching my stories. Granted, what would be a better thing for me to do, and this is where I need to, is start sending that to people I'm in conversation with. So I need to be having more back and forth conversations. So that's where I need to be focusing more of my time right now, I think.
Yeah.
Because this is the problem. And this is not for you, or for everyone, but when it says invite on the sheet and I have to check and write how many invites, I feel like the invite has to be, will you join my challenge group? Will you join my business? And that doesn't necessarily always correlate with the number of conversations I'm starting, because sometimes those conversations are just me saying, hey, starting a conversation, they don't respond. So there's a disconnect. Then I feel like I have to be spammy because I have to check that box, but I haven't done enough on this end, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I kind of interpret it. So like I'll send like 5 messages to people who are just like watching my story. They're like, hey, and it just like, it's a straight up invitation and it's cold. I mean, sometimes I've had a couple back and forth to where I feel comfortable sending them that, but it would be better if it was different.
Yes. But then at the same time though, they're at least watching your stories. They're engaged. They're seeing what you're doing. So there is some sort of like, I feel like there is some connection, even if you didn't necessarily have them went back and forth a bunch. I don't know, for me, sometimes. So, but this is where I'm like, me being the checklist person, I have a hard time because I feel like I need to be checking the boxes of this inviting versus the conversation. And if I'm doing this prospecting method, I have to be focusing more on get rid of the idea of inviting and get rid of the more conversing, 1 or 2. And he even says, go back 1 or 2 or 3 times, boom, boom, boom. And then say, hey, I need your help. Mm-hmm. And then
it feels better. It is. It's real.
Yeah. And I don't know. So this is something this is how I want to build my business in 2019. This is what I want everyone, this is what I think we should be doing, because this is the way I think it's not spammy. It's why, it's value, it's I don't know. This is a better way, I feel like. And I'm trying to figure out how the best way to get started. And this is why I'm like, Ashley's all about Success Club, and I'm trying not to be, because the more I focus on that, then it's distracting me from figuring out how to make this and build it the way I want to build it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So for now, I feel like I really just need to skip the invites and figure out conversations and transitioning those conversations to prospecting them by asking them if they would listen to my why. So
I think that's a good idea. I think you can get to Success Club at the end of those conversations.
Yes.
It will take longer, and that's okay. It'll be probably a better connection.
Yes.
So,
well,
once you have a bunch of these rolling, I feel like
if I'm not what?
Once you have a bunch rolling, like
yes.
all at the same time, you're gonna hit Success Club.
Right. But I'm just like, I have to get the momentum kind of. Yeah. I know, and I'm like, and so I'm like been worrying about like I don't have any points right now, and I'm like, I'm like I'm doing the right things though. Like that's so kind of I have sometimes I have to get out of my own head and like be okay with it. Like I'm doing the right things while I have, I'm starting conversations, I'm giving value, I'm doing all the right things. I'm just gonna keep trusting the process, and but this way of figuring out your why, both for a challenge group and for the business, is going to be crucial, and we should be sharing that. And all of our invites if we want to call them, prospecting if we want to call it that, should be done by leading with why and asking people if they'll listen to our whys.
I think that's great. I'm on board. Can we change the word to prospects or something, not invites? I like that better. It just, I agree. The invitation part of it just makes me feel like I need to send like spammy messages.
Well, here's the thing.
But just like scripted.
We should start
messages.
We should start conversations and send our why. And our sending our why should be what we count. Like, because that's the other thing is what we count. So we can be counting the number of conversations and starting the number of send our whys, where we ask them, can I send you my why?
Invite.
And that's the new name for our invites.
We're bringing them in. Yeah. Okay.
So, and here's the thing, when in this scheme of like process, going through like this scheme of whatever.
Yep.
The whole point is to separate apples, bad apples from green apples from red apples. Which one are which? Okay, bad apples are like, no, that's a scam. That's like, whatever. I don't want to do that. Whatever. So that you want to weed those people out right away. So when they come back and they're like, and you're like, hey, do you want to listen to my why? And they're like, no, I'm good. No, I don't. When they don't even want to listen to your why, those are people, no. Like, you want to weed those out as soon as possible. So those, you already know that. So if they come back with a yes, they're going to then, they listen to your why. And then you want to kind of sort out the people that are skeptical versus the people that are like, all right, I'm in, I'm ready, I want that. I want to change like you changed. Or some are like, maybe, but I'm hesitant, like that kind of thing. So you want to weed those two out, and then you kind of know where you stand with the two different groups of people. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to do.
I think that sounds good. Okay.
What?
The public health part of me has been really thinking about so like, for example, you have to be really motivated to make a change, or else no one can convince you to. For example, my husband, when he's in clinic, someone who's obese, he'll like assess their like readiness and then decide if it's worth it to put in the energy, because some people just aren't ready. And I feel like I've experienced that a couple times with people who are like, yeah, send me the info, I'm all in. And then they're like, well, like, and I see these people every day, like I work with them, and they're like, yeah, I'm like really interested in just like struggle, and they kind of find an excuse, and I know they're just like not ready. So it's like the good part of me is like, I want to keep investing in them and like making sure I'm available for when they are ready. But the other part is it's a lot of time invested. So I can't change them if they're not ready. So maybe it's just maintaining the relationship, but then not really like pushing the like
once a month
opportunity.
Once a month. Check in with
them.
Touch
base.
Yep. Hey, how are you doing? Give value if you can. If on that thing, if they're struggling with something, like if, hey, I found this healthy recipe, thinking of you, send it to them. I found this, made this delicious snack, whatever. Like, if you can give value and check in with them once a month, but just not, or maybe like twice a month, one where you give value and one where you're like, hey, just checking in, you ready to give it a shot? If not, no big deal, but I'm here when you're ready. Because it is about timing. Like, that's what sucks. Like, about that one girl, the one from, I was telling you about, the one from Wednesday. Like, I pointed out, I think I did at least. So on that, I posted a picture of my gratitude, but I also posted a picture the other day of a list of invites that I had sent, and Felicia's name was on it from like 6 months.
Yeah.
That was from like whatever. That girl's name was on that same freaking list. Like, I've invited her like 4 times. This girl, so she's been watching me for over a year, like almost 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years.
Like, and she's like, I am finally ready. Okay, and so I don't know, I need to send that email. I've kind of been waiting. I've been procrastinating mostly because, so I don't know if you know this, but like, I don't know how I have this, if it's through, I don't know. But if I send it through Gmail on my laptop, I can have a open read function. I can see if they've read it.
Yeah.
But only if I do it through my laptop and not the app.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting to get on my computer to send the email because I want to know if she's read it.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but it's a good idea. I should do that because that's where I usually send mine for my desktop for when I email people.
Yeah. So I would, a lot of times it's not having a priority. It's not, they're not ready to change now. And it's, oh, that's okay. Like, right?
Yeah, like I'm obviously their friends, but it's like, oh, I don't want to keep like inviting you knowing you're not ready, but I still want to be there. So
Well, you
it's
could
just like,
also ask them, would you like me to, ask them when they would like you to follow up with them.
I can do that.
I don't want to bug you all the time. Do you want me to check in with you once a month or once every other month or in 6 months? Like,
Just straight up ask them.
yeah, always, because that's the other thing with this prospecting method that he's lays out. It's very much, well, one, you want to compress it into a short timeline, but you also have to ask. So like before I sent out any of that sneak peek info of the video we did, I asked people, hey, do you want the video? And they're like, sure. And I was like, okay, it's about 30 minutes. If I send it to you now, would you be able to watch it tonight? And do you want to talk about it tonight? Or do you want, like, I ask when they're going to be able to watch it and when do they want to follow up? Because I want to know, it's a commitment of I will watch it and we'll talk about it at this day and time.
Yeah.
I don't want to just send it and then you never watch it. So at least I'm going to follow up when it works. So tell me, should we chat about it tonight? Should we chat about it tomorrow? And then set a time.
Yeah.
And then say, okay. And so I don't send it until we've said, yes, when am I following up? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I did that with one of my people. The other girl, I thought she would watch it right away, but I don't know.
But see, now because you don't know, like at least with the one you followed up with, you could be like, hey, did you watch at that time? You can be like, hey, did you watch it? And then you can send another one. Hey, you said you were going to watch it by this time. Were you able to make that happen? Are you ready to talk about it? Where this one, you don't know, you're kind of like, did you bug you? Like, you don't really know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good lesson.
So I will tell you that one of my goals for 2019, one of them is to hold our team retreat. But it's creating a duplicatable onboarding system so we can recruit like a boss. So it's essentially taking this training, this like method, figuring it out for us and making it into a very nice checked document of how to do this.
That's awesome.
Start talking to people. After you go back 3 or 4 times, ask them this question. Well, we have to figure out the why first, but ask them this question. And then the kind of like a flow chart of like what to do.
I love that.
Okay. Well, we need to just start kind of practicing with it and see how it goes, and then we can customize it, and you can help me make the document because you like that kind of stuff.
Sounds good. I'll start writing out my whys.
Okay.
And
so he wants you to, I can figure out find the document, but pretty much figure out like a bunch of pain points. And this is where, remember when I talked about it on Saturday, he comes up with the 5 things that are your problems: the money, time, health, purpose, security. Your kind of pain points or your like lack should be one of those 5 things. For the most part, it's health and fitness for the challenge group aspect. But for business, it could be, security, purpose, time, whatever that kind of applies to you.
Yeah.
And then from there, so set the stage where you were at before your business or before a challenge group. Then come up with your example. Like, this is where he's like, be as detailed as possible, because the details are what people then really can feel that feeling, right? So, an example, like, I remember sitting and I drank this and I felt like crap and whatever, however you want to do that.
Yep.
Then the transition phrase is like, I felt something, so I looked for something new. So I looked for something new. And then 3, the product or program for challenge groups that helped you, or the business opportunity. So I found this business and that it helped me do whatever. And now my mission is to blah, 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 blah. Help as many people feel confident after they have a baby, or build a business, or empower women. I don't know, whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll try it.
So work on that. Figure that out, because I think if we can start our
like specific thing.
Yes. This is something else. So do you think this was good?
I think so. I feel like inviting so mysterious. People are, there's a lot of different ways to do it, so it kind of demystifies it. So yes. I think that's nice.
Well, but it demystifies it. It makes us consistent. So like if we use the word like our why, we know where we are in the process of like, and if we sent a tool, we could send a video or we could send something else. Or if we're in a 3-way chat, like if we decide that's how we want to do a 3-way chat, we know where we are in the process. So
yes, we can all help each other.
Yes, we can help each other. But then also this is like, how do I get a new coach started successfully? Teaching them, all right, you don't have to know all the answers. Like for the coach who's like, all right, join my challenge group, but then what do I say? How do I help them? All the things, boom, we have it all. They don't have to answer the questions. They have a video, let's say a video, or they have a 3-way chat with me or you or whoever that we answer for them, or we help, until they get comfortable, and then they mentor their coaches. So it's a system, and I think this is where we're lacking.
Yeah.
So yay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Cause that's all I got, and we're gonna run out of time in a minute and a half. We should take a picture and make everyone jealous.
Because I'm on my phone. Take a pic and send it to me because I'm on my phone.
Do you want me to actually see? I hate how this is. How do we make this bigger so it's just us and get rid of the chat? Close. No, wait. Where'd you go?
I'm right
here.
Oh,
there you are. I was like, what? All right. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. All right. You were not centered. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. And you have it. I wish you could see him. There's a reflection of my giant head in the way. Whatever. All right, it's gonna kick us off, and when it does, all right. Thanks for hopping on. I'm excited that what I shared with you or what I wanted to share resonated with you. I'm glad I recorded this so I want other people to watch this and kind of know where we're going or where I'm going in terms of leading the team and with these systems and stuff like that. So
sounds good. Thank you. Have a good day tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.